So at this point by now, you have researched two different types of bears, right? You've done one bubble map for one bear and one bubble map for the other. Now we're going to take that information that we have gathered and we're going to put it together and try to compare and contrast these two types of bears. What is the same and what is different? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go, at this point, you'll be on slide 5 where you're looking at your double bubble maps. It looks like there's two bubble maps side by side, right? So I'm going to show you how to make your own, okay? So before we get started with our writing part, we have to make our own double bubble map. So take your paper long ways, okay? And you're going to fold it in half, okay? Fold it in half, long ways. Okay, and then you're going to take it and fold it in half again, like this. Okay, so then you should have 4 separate creases on your paper. Okay, so now the first part of our double bubble map is going to be one of the bubble maps. So on this side, okay, you are going to come, like, here's the center of your paper. You're going to come here to the middle, and we're going to draw a circle right here. So let me draw that as an example. I used that line in the middle to kind of guide me to create my bubble in the middle, okay? So as you can see, I came over here. Here's the center of my paper. Came over here. I drew my bubble, okay? And then this is going to be the first bear that you researched, okay? So in this circle, you're going to go ahead and write, let's say it was polar bear. You researched the polar bear, okay? So I might want to go ahead and write polar bears right here, okay? Now I'm going to write 3 of my lines coming out for at least 3 of the facts that I was able to get from the videos and the books that I listened to, okay? So let's draw our straight lines out here, here, and here. Okay, so one line going up, and then I used, as you can see, one line going up, and then I used this line from the crease as my second line, and then we're going to have another line coming out here, okay? Then you're going to, at the end of those, you're going to draw a bubble. You make them as big or as little as you need them to be to write on, okay? All right, so there we have on half of our paper, here's our polar bear, okay? Now, we're going to track along the middle of our row here. Here's the center of our paper. We're going to come over here, and we're going to draw ourselves another bubble, kind of like we did on this side, but on this side, okay? So I'm going to come to the center, come out from the center, and create my bubble, okay? So here we go. I'm here in the center, I come out a little bit, and I just use that crease as the middle of my bubble, right? So there's my second bubble. And let's say the second type of bear that you researched was panda bears, okay? So you're going to write panda bears. Whatever, it doesn't have to be panda bears. Whatever the second bear was that that you researched, okay? Just write that in there. Now, just like we did for the polar bears or for the first bear type that we wrote over here, we're going to create those 3 lines going out and the 3 circles on the side, right? We're going to do the same thing to this one. 3 lines going out. And then 3 bubbles, okay? So go ahead and do that. So one line kind of going up, one following that middle line where the crease is on your paper, and one going down. And then you're going to draw your bubbles, right? So we should have, you can pause this video at any time to do the drawing part, and then you can push play again to be able to pick up where you left off. So here we go. We've got the one type of bear over here, one type of bear over here. Okay, so here for my example, I have panda bears over here. These are 3 facts that I learned about panda bears. And over here, I might have also listened to polar bears. So I researched polar bears. So I have my 3 facts about polar bears. Okay. All right. So here comes the double part. Okay. So what we're going to do, that is what we know that is different between polar bears and panda bears, right? Well, now we have to think about what is the same. How are they alike? Okay. So on the inside of your first circle here, you're going to draw 3 lines, just like you did over here. Okay. So we're going to have one line that goes out, one line that goes in the middle, one line that goes down. Very similar to this, right? So we got one up, out, and down, right? Now we're going to do the same thing over here with panda bears. Up, out, down. Okay? So up, out, down. So then it should look like this, right? So we've got our 3 lines in the middle here for our panda bears, 3 lines in the middle here for our polar bears. Now, we just have to connect those lines with a circle. Watch this. So I can hold it up and do it while you're watching me. Okay, so I'll start here at this line, and I'm just going to come over here and connect it to this line over here and make my bubble. See? And then so I start at this line and then go to this line, connect it, and make my bubble. See? And then I go from this line to this line and I curve around and connect it. There's my third bubble. Okay. So now when you're finished, it should look like this. Okay? So you've got your polar bear, panda bear. You've got your 3 bubbles over on the outside of the polar bear, 3 bubbles in the middle connecting to the panda bear, and then your 3 bubbles on the outside of the panda bear. Okay? Now, once you get that done, let's focus on what we should be writing in each one of these bubbles, okay? So, what you're going to do is on these 3 bubbles here, these are how polar bears, or whatever bear that you chose, is different from the panda bears, how they are not alike, okay? So 3 facts that you learned that show that they are not alike, okay? So you got 3 facts over here of how they're different, and 3 facts over here how this bear is different, okay? Now, then you have to start thinking, okay, well, how are they the same? Well, I'll give you the first one. The first one is they're both bears, right? So you could write bears, all right, they are both bears. Okay? As you can see, I have it written there. They are both bears. Okay? Now you have to come up with at least 2 more ways that they are the same. Think about the way they look. Think about things that they eat, things that they do, where they live. See if any of those things are similar or the same. Okay? And that's what you're going to write in the middle. So I can't wait to see your wonderful work. And so you're going to complete this double bubble map with all of your information. Awesome.